jurors have reached a partial verdict in the trial of US rapper and music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. Joining me live is CNN reporter Lee Waldman. Lee, this is such an incredible trial when you look at how the jurors have really found him guilty on 4 of the 5 charges, but they're not quite there on the most serious one, aren't they?
Not just yet, and that's why both sides, the prosecution and defense, urge the judge to send a note back and say, keep deliberating so we can reach a verdict on count 1. Like you mentioned, it is the most serious charge. It's the racketeering conspiracy, better known as that RICO charge. It's seen as the most serious for a number of reasons. One, because it carries with it a possibility of a life sentence, but also it's the most difficult for the prosecution here to try and prove, and that's because they have to prove several things. One, that Combs was running a criminal enterprise, that he had at least one co-conspirator in this criminal enterprise, and they have to prove several of those predicate charges, things like arson, bribery, witness tampering, even sex trafficking and prostitution charges tied with that RICO charge. That's why it's so complex for this jury to try and reach a verdict on that charge. But they did decide they'll go back and keep deliberating, but that's going to start tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. at this courthouse. So far, they've been deliberating for over 12 hours, over 5 hours yesterday, over 7 hours today, trying to come up with a verdict. Now, if one is not reached, that opens us up to a possibility of a mistrial here, which then the prosecution, if they so choose, could try Combs again on the same kinds of charges. That's why the defense in this case, his lawyers, are trying to push the jury to reach a verdict, and they're hoping for a not guilty verdict on all of those charges. What we do know at this point is that they've reached a verdict on 4 of the 5 charges. That was sex trafficking and the transportation to engage in prostitution charges as it relates to Combs' ex-girlfriends, Cassie Ventura, and the woman testifying under the alias Jane. But we don't know which way that they've decided on each of those charges.
Lee, you're going to be a busy lady over the next 24 hours or couple of days. Thanks so much for keeping us up to date.